Hello.
Good
Today, can you hear
evening,
me?
sir.
Hey.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Good evening,
Is
Uncle.
is my video showing?
Yes,
Yes, it
can see
is.
you.
It
Okay.
is.
Because
Very
I wasn't sure
well.
it was. I wasn't sure it was. Okay. Let me
See you.
just take a view.
Good to
Let me
see
just
you.
position. Let me just position
Good
properly. Very well.
Thank you for honoring us.
Yes.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Let me get this right here. Okay. I don't want the clock disturbing us. Huh? The clock will put me under pressure. So I'm already under enough pressure with this distinguished, this intellectual heavyweights around me, and I've been getting. Those of you who have been sending me texts, it has not. Those texts have not encouraged me. They have instead put me under more pressure. Eh? I say, hey, as we say in Nigeria, I say, Bogbe. I say, why? I say, why did I accept this invitation? I should have said no. So today, if you had told me all these powerful people are coming, I said, no, maybe I'll come on that day. No problem.
Thank you all the same.
Excited to have you. Just give us a few minutes to do the welcome, some sharing,
no problem.
then we'll call you.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
So Tune, you have my slides, right? So I'm not.
Yes,
you don't have to screen sharing. You can just
we have it.
as I talk, you can just move the slides on. You can forget about the slides, whatever. Discuss. I probably won't follow. I won't follow the slides that closely anyway. So
no problem. We'll manage it ourselves from here.
Okay.
The most sad thing is to listen to you.
Great.
Dr. Philip Osagie, the greatest doctor in the whole universe. How are you doing, sir?
I claim it. when I grow up, I'll claim that title.
Okay, then we'll take after you. It's good to have you here.
You're looking
sharp
pleasure.
as usual.
I try. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hi, how you doing?
How's Madam and the boys?
Yeah,
the
they're
men,
well.
brother. Yeah.
They're fine. They're fine. They're keeping me. They're still keeping me busy.
Yes, that's what they should be doing. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. So did you invite? I just remembered what's his name. Tom Adoge. I forgot. He said I should invite him whenever I have things like this.
Okay, I didn't too. Open. I can forward to him though. I can forward it to him. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see a lot of yeah, I won't start calling them out one by one, because if I start calling them, then the ones I don't call will give me a query.
All right.
Yeah. So you guys do this thing every month, right?
Yes, sir, every month. So the knowledge sharing session.
It's a really good initiative. It's really good. And this same group that you have, you guys do business together as well, or the platforms are different?
So the business and professional ministry basically coordinates for the church in terms of empowerment, encouraging people to improve themselves, whether professionally, business-wise. We provide platform for people to connect, but we don't particularly bring business to the fore. We just provide information relating to that so that people who want to take advantage does so. Even the church where they need help, they reach out to us. So it's a platform meant to help in the area of empowerment for disciples, providing information, training, and all that. So we're also in partnership with Surujet. And Surujet gives is a cooperative and they give loan. So we have this counterpart funding for members of the BPM to get even loans on even a lower interest rate, as low as 5% overall. So I'm hoping to grow that. So our goal is just to help disciples grow their businesses and their career, earn more, live a better life, financial stability, and be able to also give back and just be more effective as disciples.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Yes, sir.
Let me just
Okay. So, Mr. Kuto,
Yes.
we have 62 devices that have joined so far.
Okay. So I think we can go ahead and start so that we don't delay. Others can join it. So you have the floor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. It is 7:05 p.m. here in Lagos. A very warm welcome to every single one of you, whether you are joining us here, right here in Lagos, Abuja, Accra, anywhere in any of our churches in West Africa, or you are joining us from Canada. I want to say welcome, good evening, good afternoon, or whatever the clock finds you. We are glad to have you here in our midst. This is not just another calendar event. Tonight is a moment of celebration. It is our June 2026 knowledge sharing session. A moment to connect, a moment to celebrate. Most importantly, a moment of transformation, because you all will be sharing about various things that the SAM program is doing in your various lives, in your career, in your businesses, in your families, in your relationship with your colleagues, you know. And we will continue to forge ahead with the strategic relationships we have built, the accountability partners that we have in our various cohorts, the book review sessions we're having, because together we want to build an entire legacy. And so if this is your first time, you have arrived at the right place. And if you are returning, you are a member of our cohort, you are one of our returning champions. We say thank you for your consistency. And to everyone in between, whether you've come here to learn, to network, to reignite your passion, to discover what you really love doing, maybe you just needed somebody to just give you a nudge. You are in the right place. Today's session promises to be a very powerful one, exciting, rewarding, because we have with us a world-class communicator and a consultant who will be inspiring us and just taking us through the journey of social impact. So the goal is that everybody will leave this place this evening stronger than they came, and having connected with more or two other new faces. So it is going to be a powerful evening, filled with rich insights, bold conversations, and the backing of a community that truly believes in your success. Yes, we believe in your success. And that's why we are here together with you on this journey. We are not going to leave you behind. We are not going to allow you to fall by the wayside. We're going to keep pushing you forward. And so before we take a deep dive into what we have planned out for this evening, I want to call on one of our church leaders, one of our evangelists, to please lead us in an opening prayer. I'm looking for any evangelists with us here. I'm looking for one. Help me out here, bro.
Abolade, think he's
Okay,
available.
Mr. Bolorinwa Abolade, please go ahead, sir. You have the floor. Lead us in an opening prayer.
Good evening.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good to be here. Good to see Dr. Phil. Thank you. Let us pray. Eternal King, the Lord that reigns in majesty, we honor, we adore your holy name this evening. Father, thank you so much, God Almighty, for what you have used BPM to do in our community. We are grateful for blessing us with such a talented and willing people to sacrifice, to give of their knowledge to better our church community. We are grateful. Thank you for this evening. Thank you for giving us such a resource person, to be able to speak to us this evening. Father, as we commence, Please open up our hearts. Please help us that all of us that will be willing to learn, that will pay attention to all the things that have been said. And I pray, Lord God Almighty, that in everything this evening, that you take charge, you take glory. Thank you so much, God Almighty. Help us that network will not fail us. I pray, Lord God Almighty, that we'll have a great evening together, listening and learning. I pray the interaction and the question and answer, that things will flow and go your own way, and your only name will be glorified. We worship you, we honor, we adore you. Please forgive us in whichever area that we have sinned against you. Thank you because you are good. Praise your holy name. In Jesus Christ's name, we are prayed with thanksgiving. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for joining in. It is the media PSS, and you can imagine what media means. It's always packed full, and we have a lot set up for you. But we jump quickly into good news sharing, like we usually do, from our cohort members. What impact has the program been having on you, in your life, your career, and every aspect? Your cohorts has impacted you. Your goals that you set to yourself, which one have you achieved? How has it been with you? So the floor is open for sharing. We would love it even if each cohort member, call in, please say the cohort you're calling in from, to be good to hear from different cohorts, but also any other member of the cohort. So please, let's get that going. The floor is open. We'll have just about 15 minutes to do that. So if you have any great news to share, just raise your hand and I'll call you to do so. For me, I was part of the cohort last year and I still joined this year's cohort, and it's been very helpful. Just reading some of the books again has really rekindled some forgotten knowledge and things that I used to do, and it really has helped. Several goals I've set as I've had to review them again and focus on a few, which are very important and really going well for me. But before I bore you my own achievement, I know you're used to me. Let's have, is it Abolade or Omobola? You have the floor to share.
Good evening, everyone. This is
Okay.
Abola.
All right, let's hear from you.
Cohort 19.
Okay,
and it's been a wonderful time. We'll pray together, we share quiet times together, and we discuss about the book. And we could see the impact it's all making in us. I know that we got to a point that some people felt like, will they be able to go on? But with the encouragement that we're getting, where at least 50% of us are still pushing. It's been a wonderful time. Thank God. And I want to thank the BPM. The books are so inspiring. All the books, the Atomic Habits, the Who Moved My Cheese, the Heart of the Maze, they are all very inspiring. Thank you and great job.
Thank you so much for those words. Okay, you want to speak to sir? Can go on, sir.
Yeah, thank you. I don't belong to any cohort, but I mean, the meeting and all the things that my wife is doing is actually very challenging and inspiring to me. Her commitment to all the books, the way she shared about the book. Sometimes I just lean on something to just listen to them. Very inspiring and challenging, even to me. And so there are several things that personally I'm learning from what they are doing, even though I don't belong to that cohort. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mrs. Momola, for impacting your husband with it. It's been contagious. It's infectious. And he just couldn't hold back. Thank you for being a good ambassador and really putting yourself into it and learning in the process. It's adding value to you. And I know it's adding value to many people just like you've shared. All right, the floor is open to more people to share. We still have about 15 minutes. So if you also want to share, just raise your hand and I'll give you the permission to go ahead. All right, please go ahead. Dorcas Wuna. This is from West Africa, if I'm correct.
Yes, this
Have the
is from
floor.
Liberia.
Liberia, remember, you're welcome. All right, you
Thank
have
you,
the
sir.
floor.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm
Good evening.
Dorcas Mwona from Liberia ICOC Church, and I joined the DPM, and it has really helped me to change my life positively. You know, I had always had this fear within me on implementing a particular project that I had in me, you know, a dream that I had to implement, but I had a fear that I would be laughed at, I will not be supported. I will know so many fears were in me. But with this Success Attainment and Mentorship Program, I read the Atomic Habits. I also read Who Moved My Cheese, and it's made me to take bold steps. And one of those key bold steps was to implement to establish an NGO that we've just got our article of incorporation, and
Amen.
we are going to launch in July this year, this
Oh,
month rather.
all
So
right.
yes, it's a fear that it's one of the achievements that I really want to be grateful to God for. And this was a push. This program was a push for me to have gone further to implement my dreams. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, Dorcas, for taking time to share that. It's very encouraging to us to see that you really have been impacted, given encouraged to have that boldness to step out, and you're impacting life already. I know the project you're talking about, and you've had programs on it already, and we really are excited. Thank you. And we know that there are many more news you'll share. Thank you so much. Promise, John, you have the floor.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Which cohorts are we coming from?
Okay, I'm from court 6.
Okay.
Yeah, concerning
Yeah.
the book I've read so far, though it's been challenging, but it's been challenging, and also it's been encouraging because it made me take some bold steps in life. Not basically the Who Move My Cheese. How I'm really encouraged on Who Move My Cheese because because I don't need to rely on my comfort zone. I need to move out. So Who Move My Cheese really encouraged me to take a very bold step in life. Thank you.
Wow. Do you want to share one of those things that has helped you to do just to inspire
Oh,
others?
okay. Um. Okay. At first, I registered for Nelson School of Mission.
Okay.
So I was like, "Promise, are you sure what you're about to do? You're very sure in this particular thing." But I entered into it, and also got encouragement from the ICOC family I have. And also when I got to read Who Move My Cheese, that gave me encouragement the more. It encouraged me the more. So I thank God. I thank God for this
Wow.
program.
Wow. Thank you so much. That is really so inspiring. Motivated you. You registered with the School of Mission and you're doing well. That is a bold step. Thank you so much for sharing. Uime Ajufo, you have the floor.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Kuto. My name is Uime from cohort 7. First off, I don't know if this is a confession. When we started, I was excited at first. But when I saw the requirement, I said, hell no, this is not for me. This is going to take way too much of my time. I can't do it. Then my mom is a cohort assistant in her own
She's an
cohort,
amazing woman. Sorry to allow me to
yeah,
jump in. She's an
and
amazing woman.
my husband too is a cohort lead, and both of them came to me complaining. So I just wanted to encourage them, and I made them feel, oh, you can do it, because I didn't want 3 of us to all fail at once. I was like, let them go ahead and do it so they can allow me fail alone, But they are now doing it way more than myself. Like, they are really taking it so personal. And it's very encouraging to have every member of my family like in different cohorts and doing it. What that does is we're having intelligent conversations. We're pushing ourselves. I traveled to Lagos, and my mom and I were discussing the books, discussing the lessons. We're just talking for hours, discussing Who Moved My Cheese, even Atomic Habits. And we had to go through our business again and restructure it. And it was just amazing. And I came back home. My husband and I started taking walks in the evening, and we were just discussing the book. So it brought a certain level of intellectual intimacy between my mother and myself, my husband and myself, and it's been amazing. Like, we are having brain taxing conversations. There's something to talk about. At home, we are taking a walk. We are discussing stuff. We're discussing the importance of, and in fact, there was a time I recorded one and I even posted it on my status when we're talking, and somebody messaged me and like, "Are you sure it's this book you and your husband are talking about?" I'm like, "Yes," because we're talking about it and we could relate with it. We did 15,000 steps that day from start to finish. We were just discussing the harm and hair and all of them and what they did and the importance of change. We were analyzing it like it was a movie, and it has really impacted us. And the same thing, even when I went to Lagos and I was discussing with we are having thought-provoking conversations. And I was then like, thank God I encouraged these people. And thank God I didn't confess to them that I was already struggling. And in my cohort, I've made relationships with amazing people, and they are always there to stand and cover when you're not available. I think just once or twice when I had appointments, but I've seen consistency. People's lives have changed, conversations we've had, and we tell ourselves the truth. Like, there's no mincing words, there's no being diplomatic, there's no being political. We tell ourselves the truth, especially about the goals that we want to achieve. And it's just interesting to also have sisters and brothers who you can also have great, I don't know how to explain this. I've always desired things like this. I just felt it was too stressful to be able to relate with disciples at a certain level, not just the primitive level, but at a certain intellectual level. And you guys are discussing goals and what you want to change, and you are accountable to those things. Honestly, at first I asked my husband to give me the list of people in his cohort. I wanted to see, because I just felt I feel bad for these people. This man is not going to see. But it has been so consistent that I was like, there's no position, there's no first prize, mine. You and my mom cannot intimidate me. Like, they are two of them are competing like there's a prize to be won. They are so consistent. I've never seen Chris consistent. I'm literally saying it's the fact. I've never seen my husband consistent to anything like this. I've never seen him read books start to finish consistently. Like, he was reading the books and sharing it to people. In fact, I had a tough time reading Who Moved My Cheese. The first time I read it, I came back home, I'm like, mine, this book is just, I'm used to self-help books. I'm like, this book, they're just talking about rats and short humans. I'm like, no. And he explained the book to me. I'm like, when did you become the intelligent one in the family? Please, let's stick to our positions in this home, And he was able to break it and explain to me. I have never seen Chris read books and explain it like that. Never. Like, he's so sold out, and I can see the changes. I'm not one to call something if it's not it. I will never say it. Like. So it's because it is it. That's why I'm calling it. It has really changed him. The whole accountability, because he knows he has to explain to his people. He also has to read it and understand it and explain it to me. And I'm really, really grateful. And like I was telling my husband, I said, if I'm to list 5 things that I've achieved in 2026, or I'm excited for, this cohort and the PPP platform is definitely top 2. Like, that I'm excited for in 2026. I'm really excited for the changes in my mom's life. I think she needs to slow down a bit, but I think I'm excited for the changes in her life. She's so sold out for our group. I'm so excited. I'm also excited about the changes it has in my husband's life. And I'm excited about the intimacy it has brought to the people closest to me. So thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you so much for taking time to share and take us through the impact. Really appreciate. Your mom is amazing. Your husband is doing a great job. Thank you. Uchiazu, you have the floor.
Tunde,
Yes,
it would have been
yes,
good to see her face, though. It would have been good to see Uyime's face, the way she was, you know, the expression, the joy. I mean, way to go, Uyime, way to go. No slowing down. Eh?
Yes, sir.
All right, awesome.
Thank you. Uchiazu, you have the floor.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Okay, yeah. For me, the books we've read, you know, starting with Atomic Habits and now, has really impacted me, you know. And the good thing is that as I was reading,
sorry, cohort what again? Cohort 3?
Sorry, cohort 7.
Okay,
we are
right.
we are in the same cohort.
Okay, go on. So,
cohort 7, you know, it's been
7.
exciting. Yeah, it's been exciting. It's been, you know, inspirational, you know, for me, for the books that I've read so far. Some of them, my children have read them. They in short, they are reading with me. You know, we get to, you know, talk about things, and, you know, it has really impacted us, you know, and it has moved me to, I've always desired to write books.
Yeah.
So it has really moved me to start doing that. And it's been interesting, you know. And for my school, if I tell you that I talk to them about Atomic Habits, it sounds weird, but, you know, I feel that they should equally read it. They should, you know what it means, and, you know, get to benefit from it. So it has really, really, really impacted me. For my cohorts, I'm in the same cohort with Uyime. We've been enjoying ourselves, you know, and, you know, the good part is that we are open, we talk about ourselves, you know, and we get help, you know, for the people that have been participating. So it's really, really, really wonderful. I cannot trade this for another thing. I used to tell people that I'm in a book club. Do you know what it means?
You know, so it's more than a book club, but go on.
Yeah, I mean, a book club, you know, do you know what it means? So it's been exciting. Thank you so much.
You forgot to say one thing. Should I say it? You're signing the book, right?
Say it, say it.
Hide it. And you have been able to publish your first book. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm going to put it on the PPM platform, and everybody will get to know it. I'll share it about it very soon. Thank you for sharing.
All right, thank you so much.
Henry Akishipo, please have the floor.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. And a very good evening to every one of us. I'm speaking from cohort 17.
All right.
And I'm privileged to be the cohort leader of cohort 17.
All right.
And for me, the books have been very, very interesting. Also, it has been challenging too as well. I would like to share briefly from the book, Who Moved My Cheese? And just like Uyime shared, looking at the characters in the book, it has been very, very, you know, inspiring in taking action when one is very used to certain things, and situation now forces you to change, and we can see that play out in the characters in the book. And in my daily life, I look at, okay, what are some of the things that I am holding on to that I need to change, that I need to tell myself that, okay, this may be the way it has been before, and how can I change it? And how can that change now reflect the way those mice and all those characters eventually were able to now discover new cheese? So those are things that I'm learning, and also I'm learning from my other cohort members too. Because when we have our knowledge sharing session, we normally have it every Sunday. Each character will come and each member will come and tell us the different things that, they are learning and how they are putting these things into practice. And when I just sit back and, listen to everything that everybody is sharing, I can see the level of change that is bringing to everybody. Knowing fully well that it is not something that is convenient. It will push you out of your comfort zone. Very, very important.
Yeah.
Make you to take action, even to do something that you may not really see that, oh, this thing, is it possible? You may be questioning it, that am I sure I'm on the right track? But you just need to take action. And, gradually, bit by bit, you begin to see results. And the transformation that I'm seeing is that taking action every day, no matter how little, can bring about great results in the long run. So those are the things that I've learned and I'm also learning so far. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, Henry, for taking time to share that on cohort 17. Really appreciate that. Just room for one more person before we get ready for bringing the big gun. Just one more person. All right, Rosalind, you have the floor.
Good evening. Good evening once again. I know I wasn't, when I am from cohort 19, when I joined this, I did not enter the BPM willingly. I was kind of advised to go in there, and getting there, I was like, do I really want to be here? Isn't this time wasting and just wasting of my data and all that? I've tried running away many times, but because of the encouragement from my group, from my team. Hello, are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm very loud and clear.
Okay,
Loud
all
and
right.
clear.
So I'm like, okay, so because of the encouragement from my team, my cohort members, I decided to hang in there because I'm enjoying the friendship there. The bonding there is open. And we take out time to really encourage one another there. I know I've always enjoyed, okay, as a retired mom or a retired, how will I say it? I have all my kids are all matured, so I've just feel I should have just sit down in my comfort zone and just enjoy what comes. But being in this class, I've been able to learn to come out of my comfort zone. That is from the who move my cheese, and not allowing people to stop me from not moving forward, maybe or things from not allowing. I shouldn't just sit down in one place. So because of that, I've been able to move my business to another level. I know I was thinking, okay, I want to go into this ready-to-wear business, but I just need tailors to do this. Meanwhile, I learned fashion in school and all that. So because of the sharing of everybody, how successful they've been in their different goals and all that, I decided to give myself some goals too. And I found out that I can do much, much more than I can even imagine. So I would say the the program has really helped me to be consistent in what I'm doing, to be more focused, and because I look forward to sharing. I don't want to be left behind that I did not share something good. So because of that, I work towards being better in what I'm doing. So I want to say thank you very much for the class, and to say thank you for my cohort members that have really pushed, because I know about 3 times I've called God when I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm just.
But you did not leave. Praise God.
You can't leave, Madam Rose. You are a rugged and dogged woman. You are not going anywhere. Don't tie you for leg. You are not going anywhere.
Oh, that time you, they really time me.
Okay. Well done, eh?
Yeah.
God bless you, my sister.
All right.
Okay. Mary Marfa, I'll give you just 2 minutes. That Rose was supposed to be last. Oh, more people. So I'll give you 1 minute. And then don't know Ebony 1 minute, and that is it. We have to open the floor quickly. All right, Mary, quickly. I'll give you 1 minute, and then don't know.
Okay, hello.
Yes,
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Okay, my name is Mary Orimafo. I'm from cohort 19.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what I want to share is just about how the BPM actually helped me, positively, and also helped me to take a bold step. I know before now, the first one they did, I was not, my husband was part of it. So, and he encouraged me to join. I refused. But this second time, he encouraged me to join, and he was one that put me everything to join the group. So I joined. So I joined and I started there. Because one, I was afraid, what am I going to learn? What am I going to say there? Because when I saw the first time when he was doing it, I saw that the challenging was too much. Every now and then, being in a meeting, you must share, you must do it, you must bring, and all of that. Just like, no, I can't do this. So I just stay on my own. That was the reason I didn't join. So at this time when I joined, and I'm happy that I was able to join. There's a lot of challenges and all of that, but I've never, since we started reading the book, for me, I'm not the kind of person that love reading. I don't love reading. I just want to do my thing the way I want it. I don't want anything that will push me, say, read this book and you must finish it. The first book that we read, The Atomic Habit, is a book that we have in the house before. And I've never opened it before. It was when my husband started reading it, that started encouraging me that I should read this book, read this book. I'll keep giving excuses that I will read it, but I never did until I joined the BPN. And that everybody is reading, I have to read it. And I think that was my first book that I really complete. And I hardly complete one book like that. So, and that book really helped me a lot. It helped me positively. It helped me to see me to change from. It helped me to see how I reason, how I talk to people, how I go about things. The book really challenged me. So I'm happy about that. The program has given me a push, to put more effort in my business and to take a bold step as well. And I've started seeing the result in my business, even in my house, in my business, my relationship with people. I started seeing the results. So I just want to say thank you for all of that. Thank you, sir.
Wow, thank you so much for taking time to just share with us and inspire us, giving you the courage, the bold step in your business. And I know that it's impacting many others. Thank you so much at this time for everyone. If we have a bit more time at the end of the session, we allow others to speak. But at this time, we cannot keep our very distinguished guests waiting. I'll hand over to Rosemary Otalo. Please, Rosemary, have the floor to introduce our very amazing facilitator today. Thank you, Rosemary.
Thank you, sir. This person I'm about to introduce, I'm not even worthy to touch his garment, not to talk of untie his shoelace. But yes, I've been sent. It gives me great pleasure, and honor to introduce our brother, father, friend, big uncle, mentor, Dr. Phil Osagie. So I'll just read his bio very briefly. Dr. Phil Osagie is the founder and global strategist of JSP Communications, a leading marketing communications agency in Nigeria and Canada. JSP provides public relations with intelligence to notable global brands, governments, and institutions. Over the years, Dr. Phil has developed public relations strategies for some of the world's most respected brands, including Chevron, P&G, MasterCard, GT Bank, Emirates, FedEx, Bill Gates Foundation, and many others. He's an internationally recognized wealth writer, and his articles at MoneyWise have been published in MSN, Yahoo Finance, Google News, and Apple News. Dr. Phil Osagie, a former faculty member of the Pan-African University, which is the Lagos Business School, is also actively involved in philanthropy, charity, and supports the African Blind Restoration Foundation, North York General Hospital, and Hope Worldwide, Canada. His number one motivator is Jesus. Why are we not surprised? Ladies and gentlemen, please, a round of applause. Applause for Dr. Phil Osagie.
Woo!
Thank you so much. So it's really a great pleasure to connect with you all. It's as I hear all the sharing that you've been doing, I'm very inspired myself. Because the goal in life is that you have to learn to you have to be able to learn from every situation and learn from everyone. And I'll tell you a little story. So my presentation today, I know we have slides, but again, I may not speak through the slides, but you can just put the slides as I speak along. Today, just follow my. I won't say next slide. I leave that to you. Just
all right. Bless is going to do that for us. Bless, please share your screen. All right.
I won't. If you like, you don't even have to even share the screen. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So if I'm also share the screen, I can just.
If you just speak, you don't want us to share this. You can just speak and share them. Okay.
What do you guys prefer?
I think it's always good to share, and they're seeing your face and they're seeing the slide too.
Okay,
just
all right.
don't bother about it. Keep going. Let's try to catch up whatever.
Okay, let's do that. Okay. So as I was saying, let me try and turn off my my notifications. It keeps turn on the Wi-Fi. Turn off Wi-Fi. Turn off. Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't keep getting pop-up messages, right? So that's a side tip. So you have to learn to turn off notifications on your phone, right? So you don't keep getting notifications all the time. So I have very few notifications on my phone, very, very few. So try that. That's also a attention stealer. So I was talking about learning to learn from everywhere you go. I'll come back to my topic in a moment. You must have that ability. I'm very impressed by what I see so far in terms of how you guys are learning, sharing books, and I try to learn everywhere I go. I give this example quite a bit. One of the places I've learned from many years back, I don't know if I've had this example, my groundnut seller in Lagos many years back. My groundnut seller in Lagos, this was like 7 years back, I noticed that her groundnut tastes really nice. So, and there are many other groundnut sellers near her. So that reminds me of the book Who Moved My Cheese. Yeah. So there are many groundnut sellers near her in the Ikeja bus stop. This was like many years ago. But all these cars will come and buy from her. People will come and buy from her. They will come and buy from her. Meanwhile, all the ground sellers are just there, just looking at her. So, and I also buy from her. And I'll send messages from, go buy from that particular woman. Very simple, ordinary woman, on school and all that. So I kind of studied her. I said, what is it? And I talk to her sometimes, because again, I learn from everybody. And I asked her, I said, Madam, so how come your groundnut tastes so good? What's the secret? I just say she tries to be consistent. She fries in a particular way, and she makes sure she does the same all the time, you know? So the goal there is that you want to try and learn from everybody and everywhere you go. So I've been asked to talk about building strategic networking skills and improve and impactful social capital. That's a very long topic. So I simplify it to simply be just how to building strong, solid relationships, which is something that we all need in life, just those solid relationships. So I want to start, let's start with a prayer. Well, we prayed before, but I'll just pray one more time. Father, thank you so much, God, for this time. We're able to engage with these intelligent men and women. Father, be with us, oh God. Father, you are the ultimate intelligence, and Jesus Christ just showed us the perfect example in relation building. Please guide us, God, and Father, help every one of us, including myself, to go with one thing or two things that we're wrong with that will help us to be better people and better versions of ourselves. We love you. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. So I want to start before I get into the topic. I want to give you 2 tips in life. I'm going to give just 2 simple tips. Number one is just not just tips, but just something I've learned in life, and just some things that help my work and in different things I'm doing, just some principles. And I've used this example when I was teaching at Lagos Business School. I talked about it in class quite a lot. So my students were very familiar with that concept. It's how to eat an elephant. You know, how do you eat an elephant? You know. So I watched a documentary one day of how a lion hunted an elephant. It was very fascinating how he did it so skillfully. And the principle there, how to eat an elephant, is that whatever problem you have in life, whatever challenge you have, whatever is in front of you, the way, if looking at an elephant, it looks massive. It looks impossible just to try and disentangle. And sometimes our problems can look that way as well. It's just so massive. But the way to do that, no matter how big the problem is, the way to eat an elephant is bit by bit. The trunk, the leg, the hand, the torso, just bit by bit. The same way, that's how you dissect any problem that you have. You break it down into manageable chunks. I just deal with it one after the other, you know. And then ultimately, you don't now boil down to what is the one most important thing. So that's principle one that can help us in life. On that principle, I want to give us also help us in life. On that principle, that let me just put up my next slide. Is how to make strategic decisions. Because we're all in business and we're all family members, business people, everybody, at any point in time, you're always making key decisions. And there's something I've learned, and I think I read this from a book I read some time ago. I can't remember the name of the book. I would have recommended for you so you guys can read it and put it on one of the books that you have on your list. But the book just basically talks about making strategic decisions. And basically how to make, and I learned that, and I just realized that some great decisions I've made in the past were actually based on that principle. And I made those decisions unknowingly, to just happen just like that, But looking at that book, reading that book, and how to make decisions, like you can apply it to any principle, any area of your life. So when you want to make a good decision, you want to make a decision, you want to get married, you want to start a business, whatever you want to do, should you go A or should you go B, should you do this or should you do that? You have to ask yourself two questions. Number one, what is the most important thing in this matter? So I want to buy this thing. I want to buy this car. I want to buy this. I want to do this. What's the most important thing? What is most important? What is non-negotiable? What is really most important? So let's say I want to buy a new settee or a new TV. What's the most important thing to me? So maybe I want a big screen, or maybe I want volume. Maybe I want crystal clear quality picture, or maybe I just want nice remote, whatever. So when you now distinguish what that most important thing is, the next thing then is, this decision I've taken, what will it be like long term? So 5 years from now, 10 years from now, what will it be like? Now, if you put those two together in place, you mix that together and put it in place, you make great decisions. And like I said, recently, over the years, I've made some really great decisions. I'm looking back, I just saw like applying that principle. And I've also made some stupid decisions. And looking back, I say, oh my goodness, I didn't put in principle to practice in terms of asking myself, what is the most important thing? And very objectively, no nonsense, just really go to it. Not second, not third, not fourth, just what's the one most important thing. And you do that, you make some great decisions in life. So those are just two tips I'm giving you, just that's a bonus. Again, this bonus is that's also a principle in terms of building networking, is that you must learn to give bonuses in all that you do. You must learn to give bonuses. That should be part of who you are. What is social capital? So when I look at that topic, I say I'm going to break it down further and just say, how do you build good business relationship? But see, social capital, the way is the value of all your relationships. So for example, financial capital is how much money you have in the bank. So social capital is the value of all your relationships. So financial capital and social capital, they're just as important because it's the value of all relationships. So that means your relationships are super important. They are part of building your wealth. So growing those relationships, improving them is a key success factor in life. So that's social capital. I just see it as it's just a fancy word of just good networking, building friendships. So I'm going to give you a number of keys. I'll say maybe 5 keys of building solid relationships, which you can apply both at your workplace. You can apply it at your in your family relationship, in your individual life. You can apply it anywhere. So 5 keys or 6 or 7, I said, I'll just go on until I get to the end. But I'll give 5 keys or 6 keys or 7 keys of building solid relationships. And number 1 is that you start with yourself. So God told Gideon, go in the strength that you have. So whatever you want to do, you want to build solid relationships, you have to start with yourself. A lot of times, I want to build solid relationships. I want to see how many people do I want to network with? 50 people, 30 people. Okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. But always start with yourself. So that person you are, you want to be the best version of yourself. So start with you. That's where you start from. Also start from your immediate surroundings. So you want to build solid relationships, business relationships. You want to network. You want to know a lot of people. You want to do all of that. But how are you at home? I tell people the truest test of a character is how you are at home. So the person that knows who you are, I tell people, I don't care what kind of reputation you have. I don't care how, we're still at number 1 today, don't worry. I don't care how well you're spoken of. What your wife says about you, I tell guys this. What your wife says about you is who you really are. That's who you really are. So from that very small angle, because you are yourself just the way you are. So in terms of networking, in terms of building relationships, that's where you need to start from. You need to really start from yourself. I was listening to a message, one of this really established, outstanding person, and she said, and she's, is that my own or somewhere else? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, the quote kind of like resonated with me. She said, you have to want to be great. So you have to want to be great. So it really starts from you yourself, looking at yourself as a person and really desiring to be great. You know, I recall a client, my client many years ago. She called me. She said, Phil, I said, yep. He said, what does the bread look like? I say, a loaf of bread. I said, it has many slices. Say, yeah. I said, Phil, what else? This loaf of bread. What else does it have? Can you tell me about this loaf of bread? I said, yeah, it has many slices. Yeah. What else? I said, okay, the slices they are nice, they're well cut. I said, good. What else? I said, the slices they all look the same. So I need to buy a loaf of bread, agege bread, or whatever bread, it's sliced. You know, the slice all the same. She said, Phil, what I want to tell you is that I want you to be like a loaf of bread, whereby you are the best version of yourself. All the slices look the same. That your service that you deliver today should be the same service you deliver tomorrow. That sometimes there's some inconsistency. So that's why I say that in building strong relationships, the place that you start from, you start yourself. That determination that you're going to be the best version of yourself. The next aspect, after you've done that, in building solid relationships, because again, your brand is what you can't give what you do not have. Number two, a lot of times in building solid relationships or in networking, we often want to, what will I get out of this? What's in it for me? And a lot of times, and journalists complain about this a lot in my business, you find that, have you heard people say that you come to me when you need something? So that's the way you build it that way, is they don't last. You say you don't reach out to people only when you need something. You have to reach out to people before you need those things. Let it be a part of you. So, and that's where you create value, add value. It's only when you need them that you go to them. So you have to be proactive. I have people come to me every now and then, and he did this for me like many years ago. I just can't remember. You did this like 5 years ago. I just can't remember. You did this for me 2 I just can't remember. You know? So it's just something you don't wait until you need something from someone. Okay, I want to maybe you are a business person and you want to get you need an email account, or like a PR person, you want to get something published with the media. So using myself, our business, our company as an example, we deal with a lot of journalists, and they say a lot of nice things about us, right? And I tell some of my staff before and up to now, they used to complain that they say so feel that you don't understand that this media, they won't do this unless you give them money, unless you give them brown envelope. I said, yeah, and she sometimes tell me that I'm old school, that if I don't give brown envelope, I won't get anything done. And I say the school that never fails, the old school that never fails is solid relationship building. So it never fails. So I get a lot of things done without exchanging a single envelope. And part of the success that relationship building is just really doing things, celebrating milestones, congratulating achievements, staying connected. So I know their birthdays. So I do things for them. Even without they asking, I have no clue what they need, what's coming up next. But it just comes natural. So, and you are building it up. So when the time comes for you to need something, it's just easy to get. So that's something that that's probably the most important point about not reaching out only when you need something. And the third aspect of building a solid relationship, which is really important, which again, kind of like close to just what I've just said just now, is what they call building emotional bank account. It's probably one of the books that that we recommended to you by Tunde. I'm sure you know it. If you have, most of you have read that book already. Steve Covey, about 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. Yeah, I'm sure you've read it, but if you haven't read it, it's a book that you need to put in your list. But building emotional bank account means that just like the way you have a bank account, you put money in the bank, and it feels really good when the money is in the bank. You like to see that you put 1,000 today, 2,000, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, and it's growing and it's growing and it's growing. Whenever you want to withdraw that money from the bank, it's good. So you have a millionaire in the bank, or 2 million or 3 million, and you want to take 100,000, or you want to take 200,000. You still have 2.8. You take 100,000, you still have 2.7. So the money is there because you are building it. You are building it. In the same way, that's how relationships are. So you have to do the investment and you are building it so that when you start withdrawing, it is easier and you still have a substantial bank account. So it's not because when you don't do that, your relationship building becomes transactional, not relational. So it's so important we need to do when we are building relationships, whether it's business relationships, whether it's personal relationships. And at the end of the day, I'll give you those of you who go for cocktails and go for events, I'll just give some tips on networking. For this building, this emotional bank account, where we're just storing it and it's just growing naturally, it really helps a lot. So that concept of filling that bank account and just constantly just putting things into it, it helps you to tap on it when that need arises. So that's another key to building relationship, just growing that emotional bank account. Another factor in building relationship is the trust factor. So trust is the glue that holds everything together. There's no way you can build relationship if you're not trustworthy, if you can be trusted. You're with your spouse, with your closest friends, with your relations and all that. If there's no trust factor, the relationship is hard to build. I think it was Warren Buffett that said that it takes, it takes so many years to build a solid relationship, and it just takes a few seconds just to ruin it. So that trust is a real glue that holds this together. So, and it can be not just in the big things, it's in the small things. So I say I'm going to send you a note and I send it. I say I'm going to be here at 3 o'clock and I'm there. You say I'm going to follow up and you follow up. You say I'm going to do X and you do that. So those little things, so trust is built in a collection of small actions consistently woven together. That's how it's built. And in relationships management, the trust factor is critical. If the trust factor is not there, it's impossible to build solid relationships. So it holds everything together. And you have to be doing it one after the other, day after day. So it becomes part of your life. Number 5, you got to offer value. And this is really important. So offer value. The greatest companies in the world, you look at Google, Microsoft, Apple, Facebook. If you look at all those companies, their business model is built around offering value. They give you more than what you pay for, apparently. Then eventually you pay a lot of money for it. When I was starting a company many years ago, PSP, I looked at across the scene. I said, which company should we model ourselves after? We didn't model ourselves after the existing advertising agencies or the existing PR companies around. Instead, we went outside our industry. And so let's model ourselves. I looked at Auto Anderson at that time. Auto Anderson is like the way you have Coopers now, you have all these management companies, KPMG, you have all of them now. But Auto Anderson at that time was really leading management company. And I looked at their business model. I said, what's Auto Anderson? Their charges are 3 times what Apple charge. So if other consultants are charging maybe 5 million naira per month for a retainer, they will probably charge like 10 or 15. And I said, why do they do that? How are they able to do that? And I just went to, I studied them for, I had a friend who was one of their managing partners, and I saw what they do. Of course, they read books like you guys do, they are constantly developing themselves. But what they do that they offer a lot of value. Try and give more than what you pay for. So at the end of the day, you want to pay more than what you should. So I offer value in little ways, just little things. So for example, your network. So I send in my field, once in a while I send statistics to some editors. I just unsolicited I just send them some statistics. I look at their industry that they're playing at. As this statistics is relevant, I send them news. These are some information you might find useful. And I find ways to be helpful. And like I mentioned to you, all these top brands that you know of, they just find ways to be helpful. So at the end of the day, you are giving them more. So in relationship building, you got to find little things that you can do that you can be helpful. How can you be nicer to that person that you're speaking to? Just little things, but you got to be seen to be offer value. You don't just go to take and take and take. There has got to be that law. That's what it's called law of reciprocity, whereby you're also taking and you're also giving. You may have heard of this quote that the fragrance always remains in the hands of the person that gives the rose. So I have a rose with me, a rose flower. So when I give it to someone, the fragrance actually remains on my hand. I've given the flower away, but the fragrance remains in my hand. So you have to find ways, little ways, creative ways that you're constantly giving value. And you're giving someone more than seemingly more than what they are paid for. That way, when they are ready to pay, they'll pay you even far more than what you ask. So, and also that, I know that's the principle that you are all very familiar with in your business, your place of work, and all that. You got to ask yourself, okay, in my personally, my business, not just how am I creating a product that is better than whatever everybody is doing. How am I personally creating value? How am I offering value? What am I giving more? I always say it's always better to give people more than let them pay you £1 million and we'll say you deserve to pay 2 million. You know, that's how it's going. That's how it's going to be. I'm talking about going back to that point I made earlier on about yourself and how you can be the best version of yourself. What makes a product, what makes a person exceptional or really good? Are your products that you consume every day? Just Milo, Bonvita, all the things that you consume every day, Coca-Cola, all of those products. You notice that every now and then they change, they do some combination. They do a new Milo or new Bonvita, new pack. They do something new. So the reason why you do that is that quality is built on a combination of two things: the peripheral and the core. So the peripheral are the things that you add on. So you take a cup, you paint it white, or you make it next time you put a stripe around it. You add a logo, you change the color, you do something a little bit different, you just make it a little bit nicer. So that's the peripheral. And you keep changing that because the more you change that, the more you do that, the more your consumers get excited, the more people around you get excited. But there is also a core. The core is the value system, what you truly stand for. So, and that's how it is you build trust as well. That's how you also build trust. So your core never changes. Your value system never changes. So your core, if you take, for example, take the cars that you admire, let me be Mercedes or Mercedes-Benz, or Volvo. If you think of some products, one word comes to your mind. If you think of Mercedes, you think of luxury or class. If you think of Volvo, you think of strength. If you think of maybe Emirates, you think of class. If you think of certain banks, you just think of service. So every organization reminds you, just one word comes to your mind. In the same way, you as a person, when you walk into the room, one word comes to people's mind. And what determines that is how you combine your peripheral and your core. So your peripheral is always changing, you're always improving, you are reading books, you're getting better, you want better version of yourself, you are growing, you are pivoting. Things are changing, you're changing along with it. You know, you are giving tips, you are giving opinions, you are giving advice, you're just constantly moving, you're constantly evolving, you're constantly growing, you know, just as you read in that book, Who Moved My Cheese. But your core remains unshakable. That means your core itself, your value system doesn't change, you know, and over to that, and that's how you build that trust factor. That's how you offer value. Another way to build solid relationships is, and these things are things that you all know. But the question is that how do you combine it? How do you make sure that you are making it put into practice? Honestly, one of the most powerful words, two words that you have in the universe, in this space is thank you. So it looks so simple, but it's incredibly powerful, you know. So just saying thank you. So and that's something that we take for granted. But not just saying thank you, just say thank you. No, that's not, oh, I live in a thank you. That's not the way you build solid relationships. When you say thank you properly, you find that people they are motivated and they want to do things for you over and over again. So sometimes when the journalist carries my story, for example, I recognize it and I say thank you. It's very powerful. And some people have complained in the past that, oh, they do something for you and you never say thank you, or you just say thank you in a very casual way. But it's really powerful. You find that the great people in life, they learn to say thank you. There's a lot of power in just learning to say thank you and saying in a very authentic way and just really meaning it, you know, and demonstrate it. And the thing goes beyond just the words thank you. You can say, hey, this article that you sent me last week, this is how much it meant to me. This that you did, this is the value that I provided. So that's, you say thank you in a very specific, in a very, very appropriate way. And it has a lot of potency when you learn to say thank you. I mean, I'm not saying say thank you like in a flattery way and just make it excessively lavish, but you say it in an authentic way and really, and it just melts the heart and makes relationships go further and further. And you find that the greatest people, they've learned to do that very well. So you have to learn to do, and then finally, almost in time, I'll give you another parable at the end of this slide, just I think I've told one or two of you that parable about the pencil. But the last one is just the need for you to build your own personal brand. So each person, each individual, you have to grow up to be a personal brand. In terms of what you do and what are you known of? What are you known for? Are you known for integrity? Are you known for excellence? Are you known for character? What are you known for as an individual? So everybody has the responsibility to build a personal brand, and that is how you grow your relationships, you build relationships, and you make them solid. In terms of networking, let's say how you network. If you're going for a networking event, the same thing. If you go to a cocktail, you go to a party, or go to a dinner. When you go there, the whole idea is that, okay, let me try and meet as many people as possible. Let me try and give as many business cards as possible. That is good. But the whole goal as well is that you go there, okay, what can I offer? What can I give? And when you go to network, what is really important is even the follow through. A lot of people don't follow through well. They collect business card, they don't follow up. They don't follow up. And surprisingly, people who are experts, when you network, these people who are like really experts, who are very senior out there, they really appreciate it when you come and say, when you acknowledge them, when you say something that is very tangible to them, and when you show that you have recognized what they are doing, and you show those values. So you yourself as an individual, you have to make sure that you are building a personal brand for yourself, and you are known for something. So all these principles about relationship building is social capital, because of the greater the quality of your relationships, the greater ultimately your wealth will be. Of course, who you are and the way that you grow in your business, wherever, is actually anchored on your expertise. But relationships is really important in terms of just making sure you are nurturing relationships. And the happiest people in life are those who have built and continue, because you are building relationships all your life. It's just ongoing. So it needs to become a natural part of you. In your small circle, your big circle, your business relationship, growing your network. So, for example, building relationship. So your businesses, one of the things you want to do is want to identify, for example, who are the top 50 people in my universe that I need to build this relationship with. That's one way you can start. Who are the top 10? Who are 20 I need to have in my universe that can build a solid relationship with? And you can just start, you now zeroing in on it. You can narrow it further to 5, to 10, to 15, to 20, But who are those that can build this relationship? I'm just going to grow from there. I'm just going to move on further and further and further and further. But actually, the whole universe is a relationship. You find that the whole world is really a relationship, because just like I told us the example, it's the whole world, but you start with that small circle and you're making it solid. You're going deeper and you're going deeper. You're going deeper, because you have to apply in the relationship building. Those of you in finance know that compound interest is your best friend. The best thing in investment is compound interest. Is the sweetest about investment. You put $1 million in the bank today at 10% or 20%. This year you get 1.2 million. In 2 years, I get 1.4. But in 3 years, I'm getting 20% of not 1 million, but 1.4. So that way, in less than 4 years, and that money would have doubled, because so that's the power of compound interest. And that power of compound interest also works in the relationship you built over the years. I tell you, I'm a huge beneficiary of that, of this concept, whereby relationships are built over the years unconsciously, not with the view of getting something back in the return, but just maybe natural, just a way of life, or just maybe just what I do, or maybe the nature of my job warranted that I built. I couldn't afford not to have such a relationship, but it's like I'm reaping the effects all the time. Sometimes you never know relationships, you never know when you need someone, you never know. That's why you don't discount anything. Maybe there's one time I wanted to get, I needed to get a particular, I was processing some paperwork for one of my sons, and I needed to get, there's a particular document I need to get from one of his schools, one of his old schools. But the principal was no longer there, but I found the principal from my contact person, and right away they sent it, So I go to the hospital and they do things for me. I go somewhere and it's like I benefit from it everywhere I go. And it embarrasses me sometimes, or it shocks me sometimes, how the returns you get from building this relationship. But I must emphasize, what is important is not, you don't build those relationships, you don't go networking, you don't go with the attitude of what can I get in return? Okay, I'm doing this so I can get this. No, you don't do that way. You just do it out of a sincere mind. So let me just get it done. But the rewards are just immeasurable. They're just valuable, you know. And one of the biggest killers in life is just that failure to build those relationships. So those are thoughts I wanted to share with you about building relationships and how you can use it both in your personal work, in your marriage, in business. But these principles of relationship building, you can apply it in everything you do. And like I mentioned earlier on, social capital is just the way you have it, financial capital, the money in your bank. Relationship is that what is the value of the relationships that you have? You know, if you have to put in financial terms, the relationship that you have, what is the value? And the value is not quantified by, okay, I know this X person, I know this CEO, I know this athlete. No, it's your relationship is the worth of the people that are in your circle. You know, how much do they value you? How much do you value them? How much do you give to each other? How much do they give to you? How much do you give to them? That circle that you have, that is really, there's a lot of wealth there. You always want to constantly be building on it all the time. I want to leave you with a parable. It's called the parable of the pencil. I don't know if I've heard this parable before, but there's some lessons there in this parable. So one guy told it's a story of someone took a pencil aside, this pencil, and said he's going to tell you something about this pencil. He said, "You see this pencil?" The pencil maker said, "You see this pencil? There's some lessons to learn there." He said, "Number one, about this pencil, you always do great things. About the pencil, you always do great things as long as you allow yourself to be held by someone." So that's number one. You have to allow yourself to be held by someone. You have to allow yourself to be guided. You have to allow yourself to be mentored. You have to allow yourself to grow. You have to allow yourself to be taught. Jesus Christ will teach you, who will teach you, but you have to allow yourself to be held in someone's hand. That's the first lesson about the pencil. Lesson number two is you will experience painful sharpening in life from time to time. You know, because pencil gets sharpened, right? And in life, you will experience some blows, you experience some hits. That's part of life. You experience some sharpening in life, but it only make you a better pencil. So we have that mind that any challenge that you go through, and the experience that you can share with your network and all that, they are experience that will help you become better in life later on. So you experience pencil, you experience sharpening, it's all part of the growing process. Then number three, you will make mistakes. And that's bitter of the pencil. You make mistakes in life, but you're able to correct them because the pencil has an eraser. So when you make mistakes in life, what matters is how you learn from those mistakes. And those are things that you can share. So those are another lesson about the pencil. I've made some really big mistakes, and you just kill yourself with regret. But you want to tell yourself, okay, what is that I've learned from that mistake? And I can become a better person as a result of that. Lesson number 4 from the pencil. The most important part of you will always be what's inside of you. That's probably the most important thing about the pencil. Because the pencil by itself is a piece of wood. It looks elegant. It can be yellow. It can be red. But the most important part of the pencil is what's inside the pencil. That lead that's inside. That's the most important part of the pencil. So the most important part of you is not the abundance of your position. It's not the totality of a person. It's not the elegance of your outlook. It's what is inside of you. It's who you are. That person is who you are. That's the most important part of you. And finally, about the pencil. Let's say I told the pencil maker told the pencil. He said the most important thing about you is that on every surface you are used on, you must leave a mark. So wherever the pencil writes on, it leaves a mark. The pencil cannot just write on and just it leaves a mark. And the same for you. On every surface that you write on, you must leave a mark. Wherever you go, you must decide that you leave a mark. You know. So, and that's my thought for you. So in building relationships, you can stop the slide today. Yeah. So in building relationships and in life generally, you have to have that mindset that wherever you go, you're going to leave a mark. So in your small circle, you go networking, you have to say, I'm going to give, I have to be remembered. One of the challenges that I have personally, one of the things that I used to motivate myself when I'm going to meet a a new client, or I'm going to meet a client, or I'm going to meet a prospect, I tell myself that the person says that Dr. Phil Osagie is coming. So what that means is that he's expecting a particular level of delivery, a particular level of service, a particular level of product. So I use that to challenge myself. So wherever you go, you want to make sure that you leave a mark. Wherever you go, in small things, in big things, you must have that mindset that wherever you go, you must leave a mark. And if you have that outlook in your relationship building, in your financial dealings, your place of work, whatever you do, you'll find that you'll make a huge success at it. And like I mentioned, it's important that in building relationships, you don't focus on just that big, okay, I want to know 50 people, I want to know 100 people, I want to know 1,000 people. Yeah, of course, the wider you are, your LinkedIn, your Instagram wall, like when you have 1,000 followers or 1,000 followers, that doesn't really mean that you have, that's not what it means. But the value of relationship that you bring to bear is what's the quality, what's the giving there, what impression are you creating, even with your spouse or with your immediate family, how you value, how do they say things. And when you put those principles to practice, you will build relationships that will last, that will stand the test of time, and you can network really, really successfully. And you can do that to your business. And just a final tip I want to give you in terms of those who are in business, when it comes to networking, you always ask yourself, okay, if I want to sell a product, maybe to the bank or to maybe a bank or to HR person. So let me just say how you groom a prospect. So I want to reach out to a HR person in a bank or an organization, or I want to reach out to a maybe a marketing director or something. So I have this LinkedIn profile, or have this LinkedIn or whatever. Maybe it's written an article, or maybe he did an event, or he did something, or maybe there's something about the organization, and I make a specific comment about, So I do that. I start that, or something I did, so I saw this that bank will find useful. So you start by giving. This might help, and you start slowly. You warm up, and that grows from there, and it expands and becomes the ripple effect. Is how you benefit. So thank you for everyone for listening, and I really hope as you go on in life, you're able to build solid relationship everywhere you go, and that everywhere you go, you leave a mark that is greater than yourself. But that's the whole goal. You want to leave a footprint that is bigger than your feet. Thanks for listening.
Wow. Phil, why did you stop now? Now you have got one more time. I want to hear more from you. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. The people that have so much value do not speak too much. Everything you've spoken, I've been writing here since I've written about 2.5 pages, because it has been of huge value to me. Thank you so much. And I know the same. Just to let you know, you had the largest audience. You have attracted the largest audience so far, over 172. Just briefly, and that's how much we value you, everybody. Yes. At this point, we're going to have, let me just put that person up. Who's that? Can you hear me? Put that person. That. Can seem to spot the person. Bless, let me check out that person and mute on him. Anyway, at this point in time, so I don't, so it gives us a lot of time for question and answer, and I know there are many. Perita, I'm going to hand the floor over to you to take care of the question and answer session. Thank you.
All right. Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Phil. Indeed, this has been...
So before you ask your question, I want to tell you something about someone told me some time ago, right? And it's stuck in my head.
Okay,
he said that, and you notice that he said that difference between if you have a headache and you go to a doctor, a GP, you know what GP will do for you? The GP will give you Panadol, because Panadol will take care of the headache. However, if you see a consultant will not give you Panadol. He probably will let you go away. Your headache is worse than it ever was before. And he'll tell you go and drink a glass of water 3 days a week, 7 days a week at a specific time. Because what that consultant is doing It's not dealing with the headache. It's dealing with the symptom, what is causing that headache. So the goal, this friend told me the example some time ago, and he says that, Phil, you want to be a consultant, you don't want to be a GP. So one of my counsel to you all is that you want to be the consultant, not the GP. You want to be the one who identifies, not just identifies the problem, but you want to see what is causing the problem and you want to deal with it. And that is how your relationship building, your networking, and everything in your business will be anchored on expertise, not a generalist. So I just throw that in.
Wow, thank you so much. And that is so true. That is so true, because people are looking for problem solvers as opposed to people who will just deal with the headache and not the symptoms. So thank you so much, Dr. Phil, for amazing nuggets that you have fed us with this evening. And really, the 7 keys to building social capital. Always start with yourself. Don't only reach out when you need something. Emotional bank account. Trust, the foundation of social capital. Offer value. And you also talked about the 6th one, the power of thank you. And that is so important. Build your personal brand. And there you talked about compound interest is your best friend. I think I like that. So the parable of the pencil. Wow, that's such an amazing parable. Allow yourself to be held by someone. You will experience a painful sharpening from time to time. You will make mistakes in life, but you will be able to correct them. The most important part of the pencil is what's inside of you. On every surface you are used on, you must leave your mark. And so you rounded up by saying, not so much the quantity. When we talk about, how many followers do you have? A lot of people will talk about, 2 million people are following me on social media. But you have pointed us to the quality of the relationships we have. So thank you so much for this wonderful, wonderful insights and nuggets. And ladies and gentlemen, the floor is open for us to ask Dr. Phil questions that are burning even as we listen. And I know that even before now, and you've seen the topic, I'm sure some questions have come up in your mind. And so this is the time to ask those questions. So the floor is open. So please, okay, I see the first person here. Ajayi Samuel, you have the floor. Please ask your question. Ajayi, I think you're okay. You're muted. I think they had to mute everyone. Yes, please go ahead. If you can unmute yourself, can you?
There's a noise in the background. I don't know where it's coming from.
Hello. Good evening, everyone.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. Yes, please go ahead.
Good evening. I really want to thank Dr. Phil for how he's been able to take us through today's section. Truly, I would say that the session has been that helpful for me. I'm an HR practitioner. I am a human resources manager. I've worked over the years with some companies, and the expertise that he has demonstrated this evening, I think, has been very beneficial to me. And one key area I want to appreciate for is the parable of the pencil. Also, living wherever you find yourself. But I need to make this. I need the clarity on what I have experienced over the years. Can you hear me, sir?
Sorry, Perita, can you mute while he's talking? I think so we can identify where this noise is coming from. Okay, go on, Samuel Ajayi.
Okay. Yes, I said I needed guidance on on one specific area have had series of challenges with. One issue is that as an HR practitioner, I always want to give my best. My integrity, my honesty is a mark I leave everywhere I go. I help startup to set up HR and administrative structure for companies. But towards maybe in some cases, I've had issues with the CEOs of those companies where workers behind the scene would go and say, Mr. Ajayi is doing this, Mr. Ajayi is doing that. And frankly speaking, Ajayi is not doing those things. Ajayi is honest and has integrity. How do I make or establish these things with the CEOs? Because after setting structure, putting structure in place for organization based on honesty, on integrity, and what the company expects me to do, at the tail end, I have issues created by workers within the company. So how do I correct or find a lasting solution to this kind of issues so that it won't come up maybe in the nearest future again? Thank you for the session. I appreciate the time, and I've also learned a lot, but I needed to get this clarity and get this guidance in this area, please, sir.
Okay, Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil?
Yeah. Am I unmuted?
Yes, we can hear you now. Yes, thank you.
That's a really good question. I think that comes to that. A lot of business people ask that question. In my business too, we have a situation whereby the clients complain. So what I advise you and everybody else, and including myself, is that they say feedback is the launch of champions. When a situation like that comes around and you are giving, there's a complaint, maybe it's by some staff members, they say Ajayi does this, Ajayi does. The first thing you need to do is not to resist. You have to change, you have to reframe, you have to change your thinking. Don't resist. Ask yourself critically. List out the complaints they are making. Write them out. It's okay, Ajayi does not put structure in place. So list out all the complaints. Be very specific. Number 2, seek to get clarification about those complaints. So they say, Ajayi don't put structure in place. Please, what do you mean by this? Don't say it's not true. Don't dismiss it. It's okay, what do you mean by Ajayi doesn't put structure in place? And the person says, so seek to clarify, seek to amplify, and so that you have a clear understanding. And if you do that, because it was Steve Jobs that also said that you should first seek to understand before you are understood. So when you do that, you have a clearer picture of what their complaints are. You're in a better position to understand, and you can now see that maybe you are doing 8 things right, but you are doing 2 things that you can do it better in. That's what we want to focus on. So don't be resistant, because if you're antagonistic towards those feedback, you won't change. And there's a chance that there's those people that are giving, there's probably some degree of truth in it. Maybe you are integral, but maybe there's something you did unintentionally that may have come across as lack of integrity. So you want to find out, because if you don't understand it, you can't solve it. And if you try that and see next week, and you see a difference. Because if you go to the CEO and if the CEO has come to you and said, Ajayi, this is what people are saying about you, you can listen and say, okay, can I get more understanding? And if you know some of those people, try to get more understanding. Don't be antagonistic. I'm not saying you should just go and toast them, whatever, but just really change your frame and change your attitude. You'll be shocked at what you learn. And then you now go and pray about it and say, okay, here, this is saying, this makes some sense. This doesn't quite make some sense. I'm going to work on it, I'm just going to work on it and to get better. But you become better by eating, by thriving and sitting on feedback.
Thank you. Reframe the complaint, seek to get clarification.
Thank you.
Don't be resistant. Thank you, Dr. Phil. Okay, we have Fowe. You have the floor. Fowe, are you able to unmute? Otherwise, we'll move to Dorcas. Okay, Fowe, yes, you have the floor. Please ask your questions.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. And thank you, Dr. Phil, for the class. I basically want to ask two questions. And my first question is on social accounts. You talk about investing in relationship. My question is, in a situation you are trying to build relationship, you are giving. I know you made something that you call people not because of you want to ask them something. Even when these people, you don't ask them for anything, you just have normal interest in them. Just try to, okay, let me have a friend in this person. And you kept on trying to, and you keep meeting brick walls. You are the only one pushing. The other party is not making any effort. In that case, what do you do? Do you keep on pushing?
Why do you want to build that relationship, if I may ask? Is it because of, is it a business relationship? Is it a like work situation? Why do you desire that relationship?
Okay, for
What's
me,
your goal? Yeah.
My goal was, as a disciple, basically, I don't keep friendship outside most times. But within the church, I've seen situations that I try to reach out to some persons just to be their friend, just to connect. But I kept on giving. They are not reciprocating.
Okay. All right. That's a good question.
Case.
You say you had two questions, right?
Yes. My second question, like you talk about the issue of having somebody holding you as a pencil. That means somebody that's like a motivator, somebody you look up to.
Or a mentor.
A mentor.
Yeah.
Now, I'm an administrator. I work in a public institution. And in doing my job, everybody knows me for something. That if you are looking for somebody who has integrity, you can call on. Because when they want to set up certain committee that has to do with integrity, they normally make me secretary because they know they will get the truth. But there is this particular set of people in that managerial class. They look for the slightest of your mistake and use it to strike.
How do they strike?
The slightest mistake, as in use it to make you, as in talk you down, try to make you feel less of yourself. They pick, instead of them to, okay, maybe you made a mistake, call you, okay, this is your mistake. They use it as an opportunity when there is a general meeting to talk you down, to make you feel less of yourself.
Okay.
And these are the same people that administratively are supposed to be mentors.
Okay. Are they supposed to be like your mentors, or they're just your like superiors?
They are about two of them are my superior.
Okay. All right. So also what I'll say is that in terms of trying to build a relationship with someone and they're not responding, just let it go. Really. Choose about, just let it go. I mean, in terms of like, I'm not saying it's just abandon the person completely, but number one, let it go. And just be consistent. So you don't, because in business, you don't be too, in trying to build friendship, you don't be too pushy, you don't be too irritating, you don't want to be doing that, but be consistent. Just consistent, be nice. Once in a while, maybe the person's birthday, send the person a birthday card. Christmas, send a Christmas note. If the person is missing from church, send a, so hope everything's okay. Just do it warmly. Just do it gradually, at certain times. So don't cut off completely, or just do at certain times. But again, sometimes some people will not reciprocate that's just the way life is, you know, and there's nothing you can do about it, you know. But just, I would just say, just continue to be nice, which is why I say, if you are nice, you know, ultimately it shows, you know. So that's what I was saying to that. Then in terms of the people who are some of your superiors, you do good work all the time, but when you do something bad, they amplify it. I think again, feedback is valuable. So you want to find out, because of the goal is that you want to try and find out that mistake that you make sure you're not making that mistake consistently. And you want to go to them one-on-one and say, hey, I really appreciate your point out. I really appreciate your point out that mistake that I made. I really appreciate one-on-one, you know. I value that feedback, you know. I'm going to learn from it. So can you tell me more? In your view, how can I do this better? You see, that would disarm the person, but don't do it publicly. Don't oppose them. If someone criticizes you in public, and say, hey, or let's say something that's really bad that you did, you can just, even in public, you can even say, let's say Mr. Joseph, he says, you didn't do something properly, and all, it say publicly. The way you can reply, he said, Mr. Joseph, I really appreciate you pointing that out. After this meeting, I'm coming to have a one-on-one with you to get more information about this, and I'm going to work on it, or just something like, so that disarms him completely. You are applauding publicly. You say, wow, Mr. Joseph, I really appreciate you pointing that error. I look at that, I'll go behind, hey, everything's in place. But I wonder where this mistake there. It's definitely worth taking a look at. I really appreciate you pointing it out, you know. And then I'm going to have a meeting with you. I'll start a meeting with you tomorrow and just to get more details. And so when it's to come here, this is what I've been dealt with, will be done a better way. So that you've disarmed him, you know. And then you go to one-on-one and point it out. Yeah. So I hope that helps.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
What you can do, you can let's I have some other ideas, but you can Tune will give you my number and my WhatsApp. Let's talk about it some more, okay? Because I want to get more background. But I have because I've had somebody I know has gone through a similar situation. So I'll give you more inputs on a one-on-one basis. Okay. So collect my number from Tunde, and then we can discuss that one-on-one, okay?
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Phil. We have Leo. I believe I saw Dorcas. Or has your question been answered? Maybe in the response?
No, Dorcas is still here.
Okay.
I've not asked.
All right. Okay, please go ahead. You have the floor.
Thank you so much. And so I have two questions shortly. Thank you, Dr. Phil. I'm very glad to have been on this particular KSS. And I've learned a lot from your presentations. I too was taking some notes down. And there are two key things that I will personally need help on. The first point I want to ask about is when you were mentioning about building solid relationship. The third point was emotional bank account. So if someone's that I want to build a relationship with, emotional bank account, that's what I'm talking about now. If someone that I want to build a relationship with, that person has already been overdrawn, let's say, like, I don't want to use the word damage emotionally, but they have their own, yes, they have their own. But I've been trying to build this account. So please, can you tell me what practical steps can I take to build this particular relationship? That's the first question.
With an individual, right?
Yes, with an individual.
Okay.
And this individual is someone that is really needful, is helpful.
In your
Initially, I'm from Liberia. Initially, at the beginning of this KSS, I said that I had newly established my NGO, and there are key individuals within the UN that I'm trying to reach out to. And this particular one, emotionally, I think, I mean, I don't know, I don't want to overstress it, right? But yeah, but so I will need steps, help in how to build this particular relationship, because all I've tried to all the things you said, checking in and celebrating milestones, celebrating achievement, yes, but staying connected with the small text messages, both directly and on the social media. But everything has, and at times even the feedback I can get can be a bit harsh. But despite that, I'm still, so I really want to know maybe there is something I'm not doing right. And secondly, I would also like to talk about trust. So individually, I am someone that can be trusted. But now, when
I can't hear you. Is it my network or is it yours?
No, I think we lost her. Maybe it's her network.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. Okay, so we'll come back and answer her question.
Okay.
So when she comes back, I'll answer her first question. Yeah.
Oh, all right then. Okay, maybe we'll take Leo for the time being.
All right. Thank you.
Yes.
Dr. Phil Osagie, thank you very much. Awesome class with you. So for me, I have just one question. Currently, I'm in the energy sector in Nigeria, solar, and I understand how important it is for relationship because most of our sales or deals that we close come back from referrals and the relationship that we have created. So I've realized that to a fault, it probably is my own fault. I realized that most times I'm not really that patient to want to see how far a relationship would go. And most times when I build a relationship, I build it intentionally to ensure that I'm getting something out of it that yields result. If it does not, I just throw it outside and start building something, some other relationship else. Yeah, exactly. So I just throw it and start building some other relationship that will get me result quickly. So I don't know, am I doing anything wrong, or what advice would you give for me to put this in better perspective and get better results, and also be a lot patient while I build these relationships? Thank you very much.
Good question. I think you've asked the question and you've answered it. So it requires patience, but I think you have to think of the rolling ball effect. They say a rolling stone gathers no moss. So there are two things. You've got to be patient, and then you have to also look at who are your core target audience. So it's maybe 5, 10, maybe 15, 20. So it's going to be ongoing basis. So we are just oiling the machine on an ongoing basis. So it's not like it's not a touch and go. Touch and go won't work. So if, for example, we have 5 prospects that potentially can buy and solar from you, you try to build a relationship with one, it doesn't work, and you just abandon it. That might not be a good strategy. However, I know there are some what you call hot leads. Those hot leads, you want to just be on top of them. They are on top of the channel. You want to just be on top of them. You want to go do it more and more. But even the cold channels, the cold ones as well, you want to just keep it going. You want to keep servicing it, just little things. All your customers, all your potential customers are different, but everybody has something that really appeals to them. So I have my core target audience. I've known what appeals to them. Let's say use myself as an example. One of my core target audience are, for example, are journalists, right? And there are certain things that never fail. People love their children. They love their spouses. Things that are very dear to them. So, for example, do you know when we used to give give presents to journalists, we give them quite a number of journalists I deal with. I give something that the wife will like. So there's some journalists that keep saying, their wives are saying, "Who is that Phil Osagie?" Because I think of what will melt the person's heart. So I go for that. So in business, you have to be creative. Of course, not exploitative, not manipulative. That's why the authenticity comes in. So you got to go that way. So my question is that you got to be patient and you got to just continue to build it. So little things here and there, a little card, a little note, a little hello, just continue to build it. But the ones that are hot, that's when, of course, you put more effort in, because you don't want to go hot and cold. You want to be consistent. You want to be known to be a really nice person. So that's what I would say. And for even those people that you are trying to groom and you just do something and they just don't respond, or you're not getting the result that you want, find something that you can give to them for free. For example, if there's some information you found about how to take care of solar units, or where they can get cheaper accessories, whatever. Look for things that you can give absolutely free, that you're expecting back in return. It doesn't cost you anything. So those are just little ways, creative ways you can keep those relationships, you keep them going without overstressing yourself. Okay?
Awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, so up next we have Olatunde Mogaji. You have the floor.
And if Dorcas doesn't come back, if Dorcas doesn't come back,
yes,
doesn't come back, I'll give you her reply. If at the end of the I'll just give you a reply that you can send to her, and then she can also. I can also have a one with her, but I'll share my thoughts, and then you can pass on the reply to her.
Okay, all right, doctor. So Olatunde Mogaji, you have the floor.
Good evening, Dr. Phil, and good evening,
Mogaji, I'm sorry. How did you get here? Yeah, it's fine. Olatunde, by the way, is based in Canada.
It's really a great pleasure to hear you speak, and I have learned a lot from it. And again, I also want to attest to some of the nuggets you gave us about social currency, social impact, and how best we can keep relationship. And I'm a student of such school, because I'll just share some few experiences to attest to what you just said. And I'll now ask my question after the experiences. Sometimes many years ago, I was made up my mind using my social network, especially on LinkedIn, to see how best I can connect to people, to get contact, to get businesses and every other thing. I can't remember number of mails that I sent. I pay for the premium. I was sending mails regularly to brand managers. I'll just check their name, any name I see, because I read newspaper a lot. And what I check in the newspaper most of the time are picture stories. What I check in the picture stories are names of the people in the picture. So brand manager of so, MD of so. I just go on LinkedIn, add them, check them out, send mails, send thousands of mails. I never got a reply. I got tired, but when I stopped doing that, somebody came out from the blues and sent me a mail. Tunde, can you see me in my office? Where? On his LinkedIn page, it was Nestle Nigeria, brand manager Nestle. But he already moved away from there. The next day I went to his office, it was like, all those times we were sending those mails continuously. I saw it. I liked it. But I don't have anything to offer you. Now he's now a country manager of a company and gave me jobs to do. And from there, I did so many jobs for him. Same also, I was working temporarily with another agency, and there's this client that used to come around, but we met somewhere else. I've disturbed this person, he doesn't have anything for me. But in my own mind, I don't know, he doesn't have anything for me. I just felt this person doesn't want to do anything with me. But when he needed me, just few days to New Year that year, few days. Today, can you do something for me? I want to do an experiment in my company, and I want you to run that experiment for me before I give to the board. I'm like, see this person that I've not been responding to my mails. I've not been even calling me. So when you are reaching out to people and people are not responding, does not mean they don't see you, or that does not mean they don't see the value in you. Even Dr. Phil himself, I know you won't remember this. Sometimes ago in Nigeria, I have been trying to do so many things with JSP communication. Don't have anything to do. I set up a blog or a news site, and one of his staff reached out to me. I reached out to the guy because I saw his name somewhere. Please send me mail. Just send me any press release for free. I'll be doing it for you for free. Continuously was sending it for me. After some time, I said, I want to come to your office. Luckily, Dr. Phil was around that time. I came to him. I saw him. And we spoke at length. I even wrote a letter. I can still screenshot the message and send to Dr. Phil now that Intel, you guys are PR agency. I'm an activation agency that I'm running. Let me share your strategic intel of intention and let me be your side company. The lab, but we'll keep in touch. When I got to Canada, the first person that came to my mind was Dr. Phil. That, this is my Ghana. I know him very well in Nigeria. So if I wasn't gaining something like what people would think like gain, I was just investing my time, investing my anything I think I can in my own little way, because I know I don't know so many things. But the little one I can give, I was just giving it out, any value that I think I can add to people. When I got to Canada, I reached out to him and I said, Dr. Phil, I'm in Canada now. And he accepted me. And ever since then, he gave me a platform. This platform, I'm using it as a value for others. This platform has been opening doors. Might not be monetary doors now, but it's opening doors for me because I've been able to be strategic with it. And I will speak to you today, where I am in my own small corner in my own my own city in Canada. I have so many people that have known me or they are contacting me just because I use that platform. I just pray that one question I want to ask now: how long can you keep using your value for free in relationship building?
What a powerful question. As long as it takes, because again, you have to bear in mind that you're always in relationship building, you are not necessarily seeking a monetary value. That's what is important.
Yeah.
If you are seeking a monetary value in a relationship, then you want to write a proposal. It's a business proposition. It's a different ball game. The business proposition, you write the business proposal, it's a yes or a no. But it's relationship building, you just continue to invest because of your goal. It's not an immediate transactional outcome that you're seeking. It's more of a change in attitude. It's more of a softening the ground. That's why it never stops. It's not the stop and go strategy to apply. It's a continuous rolling stone mindset that you need to apply to that. So that's what I would say.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sophie. Okay, so we'll take Deepo. Deepo will be the last, and then we'll give Dr. Phil an opportunity to answer Dorcas's question, and then we can always have her listen to the recording, and then of course give her your number as well to reach out. So Deepo, you have the floor.
Oh man, thank you so much. Jeez. Dr. Phil, thank you. Thank you so much for your I'm recording this myself because I don't trust media. I'm tired of writing. I know that when I write, it's another ball game entirely. So I just record. And thank you so much for this knowledge. And what you shared with us in campus ministry still stick with me till now. In fact, I'm still using it in my life right now about relationship goals and also like being generous and being loving. And I really want to say thank you. But my question is this: I know that you have a lot of wisdom, which I crave and I love. And I don't know how your mentor-mentee list look like, but I wouldn't mind, if I could get like a mentor. I don't know if it's a partnership or a mentor. Deal. If I can do like once in a year or twice a year, I wouldn't just mind. But I just want to stay connected with you because like Uncle Hem, I met with Uncle Hem too, like this week, because I've been disconnected from him for a long time, and I think I've been losing a lot. So we reconnecting was like, where have you been all my life? Because I'm currently in the US right now, and I've lost a lot of contact and lost a lot of mentorship, which has kind of like made me fall a little bit in my motivations and every other stuff like that. So I really want to stay connected with you, but I don't know how best I can stay. But I feel like mentor and mentee thing can work for me. I don't know how best you can help me with that. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So Chris, you can connect. Ernest will give my number so we can connect and talk about that later on. But that's not a problem at all. So you can take my number, we can connect, I can set up some kind of structure. But what I was saying in terms of, again, like mentorship, kind of relationship, you want to identify not too many, 3, 4, 5, and that you want to be consistent. And you don't try, because people that you want them to be your mentors, some of them might be very super busy. Maybe they are very high up, they are super busy. You say, please be my mentor, they just fix one huge thing. Instead of that, you can just look for little things and say, hey, I would like your input on this thing that or you wrote this article, or you did this thing. I think I want to get your perspective. What's your line of thinking? Or since you're in US, coffee is very popular there. I say, hey, I would like to spend 15 minutes of your time. Just let's have coffee and discuss this thing. So there are creative ways. I can give you some creative ways to build a mentor, because I also have some mentors as well myself, and I also have some mentees. But there are creative ways you can build and keep it going. But let's discuss that. I'm happy to share more tidbits with you on that, you know.
Okay, that works. That works for me. And who do you say I should get the number from? I didn't get that.
NS Tunde or Ayo. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so
or
much.
If they can give, you can just basically you can WhatsApp in like the next 5 minutes. I'll reply you. They'll give my number. WhatsApp me. I'll reply you. I can take it from there.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Ask Ayo or Tunde. They'll give it to you. Or Perita. Any of them. Ask anybody. They'll give my number. Yeah.
Got you. Thank you so much.
But mention that we met at this forum. Okay.
I will screenshot it now.
So this forum will open doors for you.
Got you. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Phil. I think we'll have you answer Dorcas's question.
I think Jedediah.
Yes, Jedediah, I see you, but I'm hoping that
it's my junior. Okay. It's one of my junior mentees. One of my boys. One of my good boys.
Okay, but please, can I make an okay?
So I appeal on his behalf. So I accommodate his question.
Okay. All right. So go ahead. Just
and he promised to keep it brief.
Yes, please. Okay. All right, go on. You have the floor, Jedediah. Jedediah, right? Jedediah. Okay.
Okay. All right, so go ahead. Maybe he can unmute himself.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Okay, so there's also someone, Okoli Manuel. So I would like to also plead with Okoli Manuel. We'll send you, since you typed in your question, we'll forward it to Dr. Phil, and then he would respond to it. So would also have a personal response to your question. Okay, I see it, but because we're pressed for time, and so we would have Dr. Phil answer to Dorcas's question, because I know this is being recorded, and I believe we would also share the link of the recording so that people can also take time to also listen again to this session, very powerful session. So Dr. Phil, you have the floor on Dorcas's question.
I want to recognize Dr. Emmanuel Eme. So he's also a guru. So he can all the questions I've been asked. So if the ones I didn't answer properly, just pass them to him. He'll give you good answers. He'll give you better answers. Okay. So in terms of the emotional bank account that she mentioned, that Doc has mentioned, I think really just the way to build it is it's like you build it almost mindlessly, mindfully and mindlessly. When you're selling money in the account, there's a way. Let me give you that tip about investment. Most of you are money people. You'll be surprised that I make money in two ways. I make money in the big ways. I have some investment that yield continuous returns, and also have maybe some clients that I have that sometimes give big fat checks. I know the checks were bigger before than they are now, but give big fat checks. And one of the lessons I've learned in life, one of my favorite quotes by Confucius, who says that when prosperity comes, do not waste it. So when opportunity comes, money comes, you have to make sure you do not waste it. You keep it. Otherwise, if I'd wasted my prosperity, I would have been serious. Maybe I would have been serious trouble. So in terms of doing that, of building an emotional bank account, is do it mindfully. I was talking about investment before I forget my train of thought. So one tip I want to give, I know that you all know it. It sounds so simple and so simple, stupid, but it works. Like I said, I make money, the big money, and I make money from different ways. But one of the ways that has really helped is the money I've saved consistently. Whereby, like right now, there's one day I went to a bank some years ago. I saw a notice on their board, on the wall. It says save $20 a week, and then you become this and so and so time. I said, really? Right there, and then the following week, I just started saving. I just saw $10 coming out of my account mindlessly. And what I now do is that the money I spend for Christmas or for that expensive Christmas, that's how I get the money. I just save something small, $5, something really small. I don't even feel it, So that's something that you want to just think of doing. In every, I know in Nigeria you have different ways. You have isusu, you have different things, but that's consistent putting money aside that you just trying to. I know that in Nigeria there's a lot of expenses. They're expensive everywhere in the world, not only in Nigeria, But that constant you just put it aside and you forget it. It's incredible. It's one of the best ways of building wealth. In terms of the emotional bank that Doc has mentioned, is just be doing it consistently, whereby you're just sewing into it, a relationship you're trying to build, a group of persons or an individual. We are just trying to give just little ways. But emotional bank is just really who you are, whereby you're just helping out. It just comes to you naturally. You're just constantly doing it, just helping out, giving a tip, giving it statistics, giving an article that's interesting, giving a news item, just like that. So by the time you're doing it consistently, it's effortless for you. It needs to be effortless. It shouldn't be something that is stressful at all. And then over time, it just grows. And then when you want to draw on it, it becomes easy. But like she mentioned that her bank account, there are some that she has drawn on. Then maybe as you draw on it, you have to put into it as well. It's just like if you have money in a savings account, 100,000 naira, as you are drawing, draw 10,000 today, 20,000, 50,000. Before you know it, it becomes zero. So as you are drawing, you are putting back to it. But it needs to be done mindlessly, mindfully, intentionally, and without stress. Keep it simple, stupid. That's the KISS concept.
Thank you so much, Dr. Phil. Thank you for this session. And indeed, Dr. Phil epitomizes all that he has spoken. You know, how he does it, I don't know, because I know that having known him over the years, how he's able to connect with people. He can spend 5 minutes with you and go away with so much. The next time he sees you, he's asking you specifically what you discussed at that last minute meeting. It might be 5 minutes of your time, but it's so deep. And I don't know how he does it with so many people. So we're so grateful and we are privileged to have you on this call today. Thank you so much, Dr. Phil. And
I lost Perita. Or is it my network or is it hers?
I just had a little glitch.
Okay. I thought it was my own network.
So I'll yield the floor now to Tunde Kuto to continue with the session. Thank you so much, Dr. Phil. We're really
thank you, my sister. Nice to see you. Well done. I'll connect with you. I'll connect with you later.
Yes, absolutely.
You're owing me something.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Phil. We cannot thank you enough. Thank you for honoring us. We know we've taken a lot of your time, and we need to allow you to take a bow, but know that we'll come knocking again soon. You are a big brother, a big uncle, so we'll always come knocking, for a twist. And then we'll give your numbers to those 3 people, and they can connect with you.
And
thank you so much.
And to Dipo as well. All right. Take care, everybody. God be with you, and God bless you. Take care. Bye now.
All right, sir. All right. Thank you, everyone, for staying tuned. Quickly, I just have some AOB before we have an announcement, which is also very important. Just to let us know concerning our cohort, how it has been running, I just want to update us quickly. We've seen the challenge of some of the cohorts. We have 5, we have 6, we have 3, we have 2 people being committed, and we're monitoring everything. If you know where we're doing that, and steps are going to be taken this month of July. Very much a cohort where there are just about two, that is effective. And so, because the cohorts are set up for effectiveness, for people to connect and to learn together. And when people are not interested, we'll take those who are serious and add them to another cohort so that we can have very useful engagement, just like someone said, intellectual intimacies, where we can learn a lot from one another. So this month of July, that is going to happen. Okay, so we're expecting we get into every cohort where they're having issues, we're going to merge them. Just to also let us know that the goal of the SAM program, which you're a part of, is to basically help us to become more effective and efficient disciples, and also build leadership skills that we can use in various aspects of our life. And in doing that, we need to engage. We need to go through the rigor. If you're not ready to go through the rigor, we'll not be able to achieve this. We know that we have cohort leads, we have cohort assistants, but they are not owners of the cohort. It's just their responsibility to carry all the load in the cohort. Sometimes they might not be available. And I've seen cohorts where they're not available and then nothing happens. The cohort leader is not around, so we're not meeting. That is not how it operates. We're raising leaders. The cohort leaders are just there to take up some basic additional responsibility, but everybody is supposed to take initiative and be functional in the cohort. If the cohort leader or assistant is not around, somebody else should take initiative and let the meeting continue, whether it's in the area of goals, monitoring, the area of book review, accountability partners. Those things need to continue. Whether the cohort leader or assistant is not around, we know how you run. You've been running, you've been involved in the weekly activity. And so people are not tied down to the cohort. Life happens, and this person is not available. So are we saying once the cohort leader or assistant is not around, nothing will happen? Then that means we're not there to learn, to add value. We're just there to take. And we don't want people just to come and take. We want people to be engaged, and we want the cohorts to work. And so, like we told you, this month we're reviewing all the cohorts, and there are going to be some serious merging, downsizing, and the rest. So let's get serious. Like I said, if your cohort lead or CL also is having challenges unavailable, please someone steps in. And if they're not doing so well, find out what's going on with them and help them. It's not as if they have all the energy and all the knowledge. And so let's be there for each other and let's make the cohort work. So the meeting should happen regularly. Also, the SAMP admin will be having a meeting with all cohort lead and assistant on Friday, God willing, by 8 p.m. We're going to send out that message and announcement on the lead and assistant platform. So we'll be having a short meeting, hopefully maybe for an hour on Friday, this coming Friday, 8 p.m. Okay, the link will be shared and we'll all get to join. To finalize what we just shared, those who are not effective in the cohort, we need to review and merge or downsize each cohort. We want cohorts to be effective. We know that, like we said from the beginning, like Dr. MS said, people set goals and different whatever, only 8% from research. But last year, we were able to achieve about 60% of our members were committed to the end. We hope we'll have more this year. But if it's less, then that is how it is. We are here to make things work, to challenge each other, to build each other up. So don't be surprised if some cohorts are downsized or merged with others. And then also, we expect the SAMP ambassadors to also be there for that meeting. And then we'll be meeting with the SAMP ambassadors who are in every cohort on Sunday, 8 p.m. All these announcements will push out. I just needed to say this so that we're going to have a mid-year reset July. And for that mid-year reset, we want only people that are committed. At this point, I'm going to hand over to Bless, who's going to do some announcement and call Dr. Eme to also give us some feedback. Thank you so much. Bless, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Mr. Kuto. Good evening, everyone. And I believe we've learned so much from Dr. Fields speaking to us today on building strategic networking skills for impactful social capital. I just want to also say thank you to everyone who's been faithfully going through the program, the SAMP program, the Success Attainment and Mentorship Program. Well done. We know that it can be tough and it can be quite demanding, but we also know that it can also be very impactful. So well done, everyone. Very quickly, my first announcement here would be about the online registration. Most people are on the SAMP program, and as we all know, this SAMP program is organized by the BPM.
Sorry, Bless, can you get Dr. Eme to speak first before you do that, because of time?
Okay, not a problem. I was going to call him next. All right, not a problem. So, Doctor, our next KSS, this is for everyone. Our next KSS is coming up on the 1st of August. That's the next time we're going to be doing this knowledge sharing session is on the 1st of August, 2026. So right now, I would like to call Doctor to just speak about the media reset because we'll also be having the media reset at that time. So, Dr. Eme, you have the floor.
All right, everyone, good evening. That was very, very great from Dr. Osagie, and I was really blessed just listening there. Now we have hit the mid-year. For us, because of when we started, our mid-year is going to be July ending towards August. And this is where we do the mid-year reset. This is where we go through our goals. I'm happy that a lot of you are meeting your goals. I've actually exceeded some of my goals for this year. You won't believe it. There were goals I set that have met, and there were some that I met as a result of the ones I set. So I'm still, and there are some that I'm still, looking forward to before the end of the year. So it's going to be a wonderful time. We're going to come and share, but we're going to also reset all of us here. Those people who are not pulling enough weight, we will have to let them go. Or I will tell you, in life, it's only a fraction, a tiny fraction of people who actually set goal that made that goal. But just like that song says, will you be in that number? Saved by grace. I want to be in that number. So I want to be the number of people who strive, because being able to set your goal is what anybody can do. Yeah, anybody can set a goal, but the mechanism to meet the goal is what actually helps you to meet the goal. I'm very happy at the reports we are hearing from the book, Out of the Maze, and of course, my brain is doing reset now. My brain is doing a reset now. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to do something very special for the next few weeks before that. We're going to be having weekly engagements on our group. Okay, weekly engagements. I'm going to be posting things. We're going to be having, some really cool stuff to learn. So we're going to be digesting those two books. All right. Who Moved My Cheese Out of the Maze? Who Moved My Cheese Out of the Maze? And I want all of us to please engage. We are going to break them down, further, so that by the time we come for the media research, we'll be ready to launch into something even much more greater for us. The media research is going to be fast and furious. All right, we're going to be fast and furious because this is when it's the last lap we're going to go. But for us to prepare ourselves, we're going to break all those books down. So be prepared beginning next week. All right, beginning next week, there's going to be, I don't want to say daily, but there's going to be weekly, multiple times in a week. We're going to be posting things that has to do with the book, lessons have to do with the book, pictures, diagram, videos, commentaries, everything to just break it down. So please take advantage of this. We didn't do this the last time we had the SAM program, but this is going to be a really, really special one for the entire group in that place. So I look forward to engaging with all of you, even as you engage in your little group, but we're also going to be engaging in the larger group. And we're going to see God help all of us truly and really meet all our goals. I'm going to be handing over to Bless at this time as take us on the rest of the program for tonight.
Thank you so much, Dr. Eme. So yeah, as I was saying, the SAMP program, as we all know, is organized by the BPM, which is the Business and Professional Ministry of the ICS in Nigeria. Well, so many of us have registered for this SAM program and we are already taking it, but not every single person has registered to be a member of BPM, and it is apparent for those who are on this program to also register as a member of BPM. So for everyone who's on this program, on the SAM program, you have to register to be a member of BPM. So as I'm speaking right now, Mr. Tunde Kuto will be sending the link for registration. That's a form, a Google form that you would complete for registration. We'll be sending in the chat box. So all we need to do is just click on the form and register. And for all of the cohort leads and assistants, please copy this link and go and paste it in your respective cohorts for every of your members to register. We would see it on the back end when you register. So thank you very much for that. And lastly, this announcement is for cohort leads and assistants. Please, all cohort leads and assistants, we have outstanding reports to share with us, especially those who are still yet to share their April reports. So April is already so long overdue. May is also long overdue. But we already should be sharing our report for June. So our report for June, we have from now to the 10th of the month. So in 6 days' time, we should all have shared our report for June. So everyone should please share their reports. Actually, if we don't get all of the reports by this month, before the 10th, we might have to record some people as nil, like that means you don't have a report. So please encourage your cohorts, leads, and assistants to share their reports. So yeah, that's all we have for tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening in. Right now, I would like to call on Mr. Tunde Kuto, the chairman of the BPM, to close us out.
Thank you so much, and for also reminding them of their cohort reports. And just like you rightly said, if we don't get those reports, at least for April and May reports, June we're giving till 10th. But for April and May report, if we don't get it before the 10th of July, we'll have all those scores, we have to give them a 0, and that will affect their final score for graduation. And that is the only way to move forward. We're raising leaders, responsible leaders, and we need to be responsive. So we'll be given additional time till the 10th of June, April, May, and June. But I'm particular about April, May. If we don't get it by by the 10th of July, even if it comes after the 10th, it's going to be 0. And that is how we all learn to be disciplined. Thank you so much. At this point in time, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone. I know I saw one of our church leaders from the Gambia, Fabamishe Adebayo. Are you still around, sir? I also saw big brother Francis Dasse from Ghana. Thank you so much for joining in and honoring us. Fabamishe, can you do us the honor of closing prayer as we round up this evening, sir?
Sorry, does Godwin want to say something? I see Godwin's hand up, or is it maybe you meant to clap?
Yes, I want to say something.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the meeting.
Okay,
yeah.
let's quickly hear you.
Regards the report, I noticed that a group was created for reports, but I'm not sure the purpose of that group. I still send my report directly to Mr. Blessed. I'm not sure if that group is meant for us to send our report into, so I want to be sure. I noticed that today.
Okay.
That
Bless, can you answer that question, please?
Clarity,
very important.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, I didn't even know that you can see the group. That must have been a glitch. It wasn't. So maybe you saw it today. So it wasn't. It's a private group. It's not supposed to be seen by you guys. So it's meant for the SAM programs coordinator, so that we can always access the reports. So you're not supposed to send your report there. You can't even send your report there because you can't send anything into the group. It won't go through. So you still continue to share it as you always share it. It's not really. So don't worry, you wouldn't see the group anymore. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for that clarification. Mr. Fabamishe Adebayo, are you able to unmute to do us the honor of closing prayer?
Oh yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you for the honor. Thank you for the privilege to have the closing prayer as well. All right, let us pray.
Amen.
Our dear God in heaven, we are deeply grateful for the time well spent. Thank you for enabling us to be able to join from our different locations. Thank you for Dr. Phil that you used to really inspire us, greatly and seamlessly. We are deeply grateful, Father, for the lesson learned. Lord, we don't want the goal of this meeting to be lost on any one of us. We want to internalize the lessons that we've learned today, and we want to apply it to our lives, to our businesses, to our relationship with one another, so that we can experience growth in all these areas. We pray, Father, Lord, for every one of us, that, Lord, you will continue to strengthen us. You will continue to help us to see the needs to build a strong relationship. That will help us, Lord, to be intentional, Lord, to see that you have a latest example for us. You call you disciples, and we learn how you build this relationship with them, and how you charge them to continue in that line with humility. Father, please help us to emulate all these examples as well, and to the glory of your name. We also pray, Lord, for the meetings that we are still going to have, and the program at large, that are through your strength and wisdom, that you give us foresight, you give us insight as well, to be able to help each other grow and be more effective in different areas of our lives. We thank you, Lord. We glorify your name, and so many more that we cannot even remember to pray for right now. That we pray that your Holy Spirit will intercede on our behalf, and your name will forever be glorified. Thank you, Father, Lord. For in Jesus Christ, we ask and pray. Amen.
Thank you so much, sir. The weather is good in the Gambia.
Amen.
Oh, the weather is very hot right now. It's very, very hot right now. We are all sweating, even without with inside AC.
Wow, that's serious. Sorry.
It's okay.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good to see everyone.
Good night,
Good night.
everyone. Bye.
Good night.
Okay.
Good night.
Yes,
Larissa,
good night.
I'll send you up.
Bye.
Uncle Tunde, please, on the number, I feel Dr. Fees.
Yes, so I'll send it to you directly.
All right. Thank you
Okay,
very
sir.
much, everyone. Good night.
You can just send me a text, so I'm sure I have your number. Let me hello or something. Just say this is from where.
Larissa, I'll soon be chatting you up.
Okay.
Pastor Moses Obisha, good to have you. Hey, good to have you.
Okay, throw a salute to.
Hey, Mr. Madwako.
Mr.
When I
John
don't ring down this voice, Abby, I go change up. Go change up.
Don't change it. That's the call. Can change the verifier. Don't change the call.
Don't change the call. That's your brand.
Okay, here's the quality is still there, no problem.
Exactly. No quantity, man. Quality.
Yes, okay, now. It was a good time. It was really a good time. Appreciate this. More of it, please.
How's Madam?
Are they here? I feel grand. Good evening, sir.
Madam.
Great to hear your voice.
So much, my
It's good to hear your voice.
That's why then they fail exam. How, madam, no be me there. I answer.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
How's it going?
Good evening, my relative.
Hope it's going well.
Hello?
Hope it's going well.
Yes.
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
My brother. Well, some of them are not participating, but those that are participating, they are doing well.
But you heard us say what we're going to do, so don't worry.
We're going to have to merge.
We're reviewing, we're merging and reviewing all that this month.
Okay. Thank you.
So please be a part of that meeting.
Is it
Yes. It's coming Friday.
Friday.
Cohort leads and assistants and the SC Friday by 8 p.m. We'll send out the notice, and then Sunday 8 p.m. will just be for some ambassadors. So
okay, all right.
We'll send it out.
Okay, all right.
Thank you so much. Sir. All right, have a lovely night, everyone. Good night.
Okay, bye.